Hi everyone, my name is Naheem Afzal. I'm a recent graduate in software engineering from the University of Bradford, and today I will be showing you my final year project. And the reason why I'm making this video is I've been to university recently to help one of my friends in his final year project, and I've seen people reading information from the database, and rather than creating objects, they store it into strings and integers. And when the object is quite big, a lot of information, and then it gets confusing. So I'll show you what I've done for my final year project. Let me first show you my database. So we have a customer table. Customers got ID, company ID, which is a foreign key, email, first name, last name, password, all this information. So we create an object for all these tables. Let me show you. For the customer table, we have an object customer table. For customer table, it's got email, first name, last name, and the IDs and the rest of the information is in the base entity class, which some of these classes share. So rather than writing it again and again, you can just write it in a separate class and then make your class inherit that class. So this is the class, customer class. So let me first show you the data access layer. This is the data access layer. For customer data access layer, we just call a method. For example, if we log in, we call a method get customer by username, a user ID and password. So we pass in the email and password, and it just goes to the database and retrieve all the information and store it into the objects, and it just returns an object back. I've used link to SQL. There are a lot of ways you can interact with the database, update or retrieve information, like SQL client, or you can use other ways such as there's stored procedures as well. But link to SQL I've used in my final year project. So when a customer, and one more thing, I've used the business logic layer for customer. Let me show you the customer one. So basically what it does, the method in your main, you call this method from your class where you're logging in. You call this method get customer by ID and password. You pass in the information, and this business logic layer class then calls the method in the data access layer. So you can define some other logics here if you want. So that's optional. You can directly call the data access layer too. So let me run it and show you how the customer logs in. Let me put a breakpoint so we see what's going on. Here's the login page. So when the login page is when the login button is clicked, so there's a breakpoint already. So let me log in and show you how this is gonna work. So when the customer logs in, clicks the login button, we create a customer object, and rather than saving the information into strings, we store all the information of the customers within its object. So then the method gets called in the data access layer, customer.bl, that's business logic layer, and then that method will call another method in the data access layer. So let me step into it. So as you can see, a return type is customer be, which is an object of customer. It goes to the data access layer and then creates the context of the database. We're not going to go into that detail, but finally when we get a result back, we can analyze if we found a match with the email or email and password or not. So if the object we return is null, then it will take the user to, as you can see, there's a else to it. It will show incorrect email and password. In this case it will not be null, so it will create the login session and it will store the customer object. As you can see, I've called a customer object. It will store in the session, so we can register the session, and there are other classes I'm not going to talk about. So after registering everything, it will take you to the next page. Let me just skip these. Yeah, it will send the user to the successfully login page, which is members home page. As you can see, my name, I'm logged in now. So same thing I've used for displaying images, like on the home page. As you can see, I've used the repeater and just set the data source to the list of the objects we return from the database. Let me show you. So the home page, when the home page gets loaded, we get a list of products. So the maximum we want to show is 8. So it just calls a method get product Bs for home page. So if you go to the method, it's in business logic layer, then it will call the data access layer. I will show you. As you can see here, it will get a list of objects. This time is a list of products, so it will get all the information, the ID of the product, create a date, and the images, a list of images. One is for thumbnail and one is for like the main image, which will be quite big, bigger than the thumbnail. So we got 2 images. As you can see here, is too late, so it's not going to return one object. It will return a list of objects. So once we get a list of products, then we can then we have a list and a repeater. I've called this a repeater, as you can see here. So we can set the data source of the repeater to the list which we get from the database, and then we bind the data. And this is the layer template I've used, how the image is going to be displayed. As you can see here, the amount, the price will be displayed, the title of the image, and the image itself. So this is when you use objects rather than strings or integers, it helps you a lot. It simplifies a lot of things, and design pattern is one more important thing, which you can do some research online, which is quite helpful. But as I said, this is not I wasn't gonna talk about everything, the whole project. I just wanted to give the idea to the guys how you can use objects rather than just the standard strings and integers. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions, do post your comments. I will try my level best to help you. Thank you for watching the video.